Good morning, everyone, from Sud, British Columbia, southwest corner of BC, southwest corner of Canada. You can't get much more south or west. Today's Hatha flow is going to be a light 30-minute flow, so join us from work wherever you have access to YouTube and enjoy this morning's flow. The idea today, as it is for every day with Hatha, is we're going to provide the body an outlet to release mobilized energy. So much of that energy comes in the form of stress. And if we don't mobilize and if we don't release that mobilized but internalized energy, it's going to involve and make us unhealthy, form a toxic inner condition. So there are two ways, of course, to resolve this mobilized but unreleased energy. One would be inactivity. Number two would be in not having mobilized in the first place. And that's a discussion for yoga philosophy, which we can save for another time. And it involves concepts of what is versus what is not. What is always being, of course, what is true. What is true being what is beautiful. And we can tap into that which is true and beautiful by way of applying yoga principles. So stay tuned or send a request for our first talk on yoga philosophy in stressful times. Okay, let's begin our yoga flow. We'll begin in a comfortable seat. So that can be legs extended or legs crossed or leaning back on the hands. We're going to do a short meditation to transition from life space, living day-to-day space, I should say, into yoga space, which is life space. This living quality of being in a centered, grounded place. Opening up in through the belly muscles here, softening around the belt line. We'll relax the breathing, relax the tummy. Center and anchor the sitting bones, those two cartilage underneath the glutes. We'll anchor the cartilage into the earth. Find the tip of the tailbone. We'll root the tailbone into the earth. Palms can be on the knees, down or up, or relaxed in the lap. As the belly softens, we'll bring a slight tuck to the chin here. And we'll let the shoulders relax. The jaw muscle, let's unclench the jaw and the tongue. We'll soften in the forehead. And breath opening easily here into the hips. In breath, reaching down to the tip of the tailbone. Out breath, coursing up the contouring of the spine through the opening in the back of the neck and out through the crown of the head. So we'll become aware of this breath cycling, drawing easy breaths through the soft belly muscles and out through the contouring of the back. Maybe we are relaxing some armory we built up internally for the first time in a few hours or maybe days. So take a few breaths to notice that armory starting to soften. Even in the back of the ears, in the low back. Let's take a few breaths just to notice breath opening easily here into the hips. Noticing I can notice breath, the body receiving breath, the body in physical space, noticing sounds, noticing simply here that I can notice. Breath opening easily into the hips, reaching to the tip of the tailbone. Releasing all unnecessary tension, watching it release through the out-breath. Even the eyelids are relaxed here. We'll bring the palms to heart center. Let's inhale the palms up above the ears. Shining out the fingertips while you root through the sitting bones. Let's open the arms, twisting to the right. Right hand anchors behind the hips onto the mat, back of the left hand outside of the right thigh. We're growing tall in the inhale. Exhale, draw into the back of the left hand as you twist around the right arm. As we wring out the bath towel of the back, feel that tension being offered up to the exhale. So we're releasing that tension out deeply in the low back, through the shoulders. Exhaling, releasing, coming back through center. Palms once again returning to heart center. Find the length in the back of the neck as you inhale, palms to the sky, rooting through the sits bones. We'll open the palms, twisting to the right. Right arm comes behind the back like a pillar. Back of the left hand outside of the right thigh. Growing tall in the inhale. Exhale, draw into the back of the right hand, into the knee as you twist around the back arm. Tummy softens here. Chest softens. Shoulders soften. And finally the chin tracks over the left shoulder. Softening with each exhale. And we'll exhale, return through center. Let's bring the palms to the knees here. Palms to heart center. Inhale, draw the palms up, rooting through the sits bones. Feel that beautiful lengthened spine, space between each vertebra. Doing two contrary actions, shining out the fingers, rooting through the sits bones. We'll interlace the fingers above the head, flip the palms up. Feel that stretch in the forearms. Through the back of the shoulder blades. We'll take the gaze up here. And then let's exhale, round through the spine, press the palms forward. We're sitting cats here as the chin comes to the chest. Nice round cat back. Extend the arms out the shoulder sockets. We're going to inhale, rise. Feel that beautiful arcing in the low back. Palms press up, gaze goes up. Exhale, release, press the palms forward, round through the spine, chin to the chest. Two more. We're moving to the breath rhythm here. So inhale, engage and extend. Exhale, lengthen and release. Notice how much the body enjoys surfing the breath or being inspired by the breath rhythm. So at the top of our inhale, we'll undo the fingers, palms to palm. Let's open the arms to the side walls. Lots of space behind the neck as we interlace the fingers behind the back. Opening through the heart and chest and throat. Let's flip the palms down. Thumbs go down, palms to follow, gaze up. Lying back on that sunny beach here. And then we'll exhale, hinging at the hips, pressing the palms back. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, we'll reverse rise one vertebra at a time. Keep those hands interlaced. Behind the back as the chin goes up, heart, chest opens up nice and bright. We're lying back on that beach, sun pouring into the chest. Exhale, chin through center. Let's unflip the hands, undo the fingers, palms to the knees. Once again, feel the early openings in the body as we return to this comfortable meditation seat. You can have legs crossed or legs extended, whichever is more comfortable for you, as the belly muscles continue to relax with our rhythmical movement to breath as the shoulders soften, a little tuck of the chin as we open through the back of the neck. So transitioning now from our sitting position to our tabletop. We'll bring the palms to heart center, then let's reach the fingertips forward, palms down. Opportunity for a nice stretch of the arms out the shoulder sockets. Who's holding tension in the shoulders? Maybe that's a favorite place to gather up stress. So we're starting to give the body an opportunity to breathe here. Simply moving for the joy of movement. Exhaling, fingertips to the mat. And then we'll walk the fingers forward, or you can kick the feet out. We're going to tip right over the shins. Coming to tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under hips, toes curled. With those toes curled, let's exhale, hips into heels. So we're stretching the soles of the feet. Doesn't that feel great? Palms come forward. Exhale, settle the hips into the heels. Come down to the elbows. And then we'll release the chin, forehead to the mat. Inhaling, rising, walking the hands back. Let's come hands to the knees as we settle the hips onto the heels, continuing to stretch the soles of the feet. Palms to the thighs. Intense toe stretch. And then pressing into the toes, we'll rise over the knees. Hands to hip, a little tip of the hips forward. Feel that nice lengthening in the quadriceps and the belly here. Hands to the hips. Opening the arms, palms up. Find a nice big opening through the chest as you bring palms above the ears to touch. Opening the palms forward, exhaling hips to heels. We'll come forward with the hands, fingertips to the mat. And then with those hips tucked onto the heels, walk the hands forward, inch them forward, exhale, elbows to the mat, forehead to the mat. Walking the hands back, let's drop the feet, undo the toes. We're going to walk the hands right back to the toes and leaning into the palms, knees firmly into the mat here. We don't want any pressure on the knee ligaments. We're just going to give a gentle saddle pose as we bend into the elbows, take the weight of the torso into the hands, and the gaze can go back here. If you're comfortable with elbows to the mat, you can take elbows to the mat as well. Two more breaths. As we inhale, chin, come back to the hands, straighten the elbows. And then we'll rise up over the heels. Palms to heart center. Let's rise up over the knees, curl the toes, inhale the palms. Exhale, open the arms to the side walls, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Let's enjoy that beautiful heart opener from the top of class again. Palms flip down, gaze to the ceiling, opening the thyroid, the heart. We'll keep engaging in belly muscles to protect the low back. And then let's exhale, hips into heels, bringing the hands to the palms, palms to the thighs. And we'll come forward back to tabletop. A little cat-cow, rounding the spine, lift the spine up to the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, release, arching the spine, scooping the chin back through center. Let's round, chin to chest. And release, scooping the hips and chin. 2 more on your own breath rhythm. And we'll come back to our tabletop. Preparing for our flow sequence, our sun salutation. We'll curl the toes, bring the palms forward, 1 palm's distance. Exhaling, hips back into heels. Really tuck those hips down. Gecko all 10 fingertips. Chin can come to chest as you press into the toes, lifting the hips to the ceiling. Let's stretch the heels up, exhale, heels back. Finding some length in the back of the calves and the hamstrings. You want to be equally balanced, feet taking the weight of the torso as well as the hands. Let's continue to release unnecessary tension, softening in the jaw. As you brightly inhale the hips to the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. Pressing into the right toes, we'll reach the left foot up and back. 3-legged dog. Let's come up over the hands in 3-legged dog. And then we'll exhale, left knee to chin. And then extend left leg back. And release, pressing into the left toes. Right foot goes up and back, 3-legged dog. Coming up over the hands, straight, strong, pillared arms. Straight left leg, we'll exhale, right knee to chin. Inhale, right knee back and up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to the mat. Rising up onto the tippy toes, exhale the heels. And then we'll hop or walk to the top of the mat. Planting the feet under the hip, exhale, release, forward fold. Hinging the torso over the thighs, softening through the shoulders, the chest. Chin, face, gaze, everything is hanging soft. Inhale to a halfway lift. Flatten the back. Let the arms hang. Or hands can come to shins. And then we'll exhale, release, forward fold. Again, on your breath rhythm. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, release. So we'll find the earth beneath the feet, and then with all 3 points of the feet equally pressured, big toe mound, little toe mound, and heel, let's begin our climb up to mountain pose. Staying soft in the upper body, beginning in the tip of the tailbone, let's follow that bead of light as it climbs up the spine, building 1 fiber at a time as we climb to mountain. Take your time. Here in this miracle of standing, firmly and set over the feet. Let's open the heart and chest. Take the gaze slightly up. The chin can remain slightly tucked, as we interlace the fingers behind the back, and then we'll flip the palms down, a little bend of the knees, take the gaze up. Here we are on that sunny beach again, letting sun pour into the heart and thyroid. With a little bend of the knees, find a planting of the feet. We're going to exhale, bend into the knees, send the seat back. Keep the hands interlaced behind the back. Hinging in the hips, we'll settle the torso over the thighs. And release, exhale, chin to chest. Two breaths here. Each exhale, a little bit of a deepening of the release of unnecessary tension from the body in those deep down little hard secret places where you hold tension. We'll inhale, slowly rise. Tension has a way of finding all kinds of little places to hide itself in the body. And by bringing awareness into the practice, we root out that tension and we give it permission to leave. So back to standing. We'll undo the fingers, palms facing the hips. We're back to mountain pose. On the breath rhythm, let's run through Surya Namaskar A together with a chair with the chair variation. So we'll add a little heat pose into our classic Surya Namaskar. Inhaling, arms to the side, palms to touch above the ears. Take the gaze up. Exhale, palms to heart center. We'll pause here. Find your softness in the integrity of the pose. Exhale, release the hands to the thighs. So this is a dynamic sequence, and we will be moving with the breath. Engaging on the inhales, releasing on the exhales. Inhale, draw the arms, gaze to the ceiling, palms to touch. Exhale, palms come down the center line of the body through heart center. A little bend of the knees, send the seat back, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Plant the hands, send the feet to the back of the mat. We're in a high push-up. Inhaling over the tippy toes. Exhale, the heels back. A little bend in the elbows. Inhaling over the tippy toes. Wrist creases parallel to the top of the mat. And then simple transition. We'll exhale knees, then tops of feet. As we set the hips down, let's take the chin and gaze forward and up. Then curling the toes, exhale, hips to heels. A nice long modified child's as you press into the toes, returning to downward dog. Find a little bend in the elbows and knees, a soft and grounded pose. Inhaling up over the tippy toes, exhale the heels back. And then we'll hop or walk to the top of the mat, returning to forward fold. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, release. 2 breaths. Let's clasp one wrist or the other behind the ankles. And then alternating, straightening left leg and right leg. Just feel the little burn, a little lengthening in the back of the legs. Chin to chest, release the hands. As we slowly rise, following that line of energy up the spine, building the back one fiber at a time. As we return to our mountain pose. Again, arms open, chest open. Bring the palms up above the gaze to touch. Exhale, palms to heart center. Find the softness and the integrity of the pose. Feel that beautiful life energy coursing through the body. If it helps you to tap into that life energy with eyes closed, by all means, practice with eyes closed. Notice the refreshment, the absence of stress, the feeling of the body breathing again, cells opening to new life energy. And we'll exhale, hands to hips. Let's inhale the arms forward and up, elbows by the ears, arms are parallel. Bending into the knees, let's send the seat back, coming into chair pose. Planting the feet, big toe mound, little toe mound, and heel. Keep soft in the face, soft in the breath. As we bring the palms to touch, exhale, palms to heart center. We'll pause here. Exhale over the thighs, release. Planting the hands, stepping the feet back. We're in high push-up. From high push-up, let's do our simple transition to upward dog, releasing the knees and feet. As the hips go down, the chest goes forward and up. 2 breaths here in this beautiful heart opener. As we curl the toes, send the hips to the heels. Grip into those fingers as you send the hips up, downward dog. Climbing up to the tippy toes or pedaling in the feet. Let's find length in the back of the legs. As we release, let's come to the mat, knees to the mat. Palms under the shoulders. We'll widen in the knees. Come to the tops of the feet. Palms 1 palm's distance forward. Exhale, hips to heels. Child's pose. Elbows to the mat, forehead to the mat. Let's draw the awareness back to the breath, to the breath cycling. So you notice the inhales reaching to the tip of the tailbone. Exhaling up through the contouring of the back. Inhaling, drawing the hips up, transitioning to tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Let's bring the knees together under the navel and then swinging the feet around to the left or right. We'll come all the way around to sitting. Back to our comfortable seat. So the sitting bones are grounded. Palms, either palms down on the knees or up on the knees, or palms open in the lap. Find a comfortable hand position and leg position. We'll take a few breaths in our soft and open meditation seat. Noticing here the beautiful absence of unnecessary tension in the body, which you've washed out of your body through your practice. Soft through the belly and the shoulders. Tip of the tailbone reaching deeply into the earth. Jaws unclenched, forehead is soft. Take a few breaths here. Simply being aware that I am aware. Noticing sounds, impressions, and sensations, simply and easily. as we think of bringing our practice around to a close. Taking up and off the mat, this released and grounded in integrated state of physical well-being. And finally, bringing palms to heart center to close our practice this morning. Thank you for joining me from Souk, British Columbia. You have this beautiful practice, your sun salutations, your stretches to serve you, to help release mobilized energy. Thank you for joining me this morning. Namaste.